Welcome back to the Fritz's Pharmacy Spartan Countdown. We're talking with Greenbrier East head basketball coach, Governor Jim Justice, and Coach, back earlier this week, the Lady Spartans with an impressive win over Independence to begin the season.
Well, Fred, it was nice. I mean, we're getting better. We surely realized that we've got a lot of shortcomings that we need to improve on, and we've really, I tell you, this team is really, really making progress. Now, they're really young, and there's a lot we got to do, and we're after it. And but the other thing is, we put it on Independence pretty bad, and that, not that Independence is a good team by any stretch of the imagination, but it's probably the best team that I've seen at Independence in a long time. And through the course of the season, they'll beat a lot of people. They've got some decent players.
Final score was 75-31. That's really a good start for this young ball club to get a big win like that at home against a good AA program traditionally.
Well, I mean, that's right, and but we want to just keep building and everything. And in that game we shot 96 shots from the field, which is astronomical to tell you the truth. From a girls' standpoint, a decent girls' game you shoot 55 to 60 shots, but we shot 96 shots that game and 48 in each half, and that was really neat. Abby didn't get her shot connecting early, but what a game she played. I mean, she was all over the floor. She's a rough kid, and she played really hard. But we had a lot of good games out of a lot of people.
Well, one good thing about getting a big win like that early in the season allows you to get a chance to play a lot of players and just see how they do under the lights and game action in front of the crowd.
Well, that's right, and I mean this team could you could end up with a lineup out there with 2 freshmen and 3 sophomores. But Autumn Hill got us off going early. Haley had a great game. I mean Taylor Dunbar had a double-double. But kids like Tucker Nunley, you don't really think, but here's a kid that's just a freshman that she's just getting better every day. That's all there is to it. And and you got Kate and Emma, and they're playing outstandingly, and Morgan as well. So you've got a lot of kids that are really contributing, but we're strong 8 deep for sure. And then we got other kids that are making their way in the lineup as well.
I know that you've been here now 18 years as a girls basketball head coach. Seems like forever, Coach.
It seems like it started yesterday to me, but 18 years, my goodness gracious, it's amazing. But it's been a lot of good times and a lot of great exciting times to see the kids mature and go through life doing a lot of good stuff. Won a lot of ball games, and that's what we want to keep doing.
That is Greenbrier East Lady Spartans head basketball coach, West Virginia Governor Jim Justice, here this afternoon for the second game of this 2017-18 girls basketball season at the Spartan Gym in Fairleigh. It's time now to meet the lineups, and for that, let's send it over to public address announcer Gary Aid.
Welcome to Greenbrier East High School. Our game today features Greenbrier Spartans and the St. Albans Lady Grinders. It's time in the teams, and we'll begin with St. Albans. Under the direction of head coach Scott Tweedy, please welcome a 5'3" senior, number 0, Jaden McDaniels. 5'7" junior, number 3, Kaylee Swearingen. 5'9" sophomore, number 10, Maya Washington. 5'7" junior, number 12, Melissa Jackson. And we welcome a 5'10" junior, number 25, Tiara Jackson. That's the starting lineup for the St. Albans Lady Dragons.
Never surrender. Spartans! Prepare for glory!
Coach Jim Justice, please welcome the Greenbrier Spartans. A 5'8" freshman number 12, Emma Dotson. 5'7" freshman number 22, Elijah Smith. 5'3" sophomore number 3, Lauren Patterson. 5'7" sophomore number 15, Kendra Morgan. A 5'9" sophomore number 55, Debbie Monroe. 5'9" sophomore number 33, A.J. Rose. A 5'5" sophomore number 21, Kate Perkins. 5'10" junior number 44, Morgan Amos. A 6' senior number 5, Naya Lewis. Now please welcome the starting lineup for the Spartans, a 6' freshman number 5, Tucker Nunley. 6' sophomore number 14, Taylor Dunbar. 5'11" sophomore number 23, Haley McCoy. A 5'8" junior number 13, Autumn Hill. And we welcome a 5'7" junior number 10, Abby Barnslugger. That's the starting lineup for the Greenbrier Spartans. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we honor America with our national anthem.
2-1 to score. Second shot in the air, hit them both, and we're tied at 2. 2 free throws by Tiara Jackson.
Now St. Albans showing some full court pressure off the made free throw. We'll have a foul on St. Albans.
That'll be a common floor foul out at midcourt. Goes against Valessa Jackson of St. Albans.
Be her first, team number 1.
Greenbrier East into the front court. Bartonslogger can't hold on, and we got a reach-in foul called on after a steal by St. Albans. Bartonslogger reaches in and picks up the 3rd team foul against Greenbrier East.
That'll be Bartonslogger's first. I don't think Bartonslogger was anticipating that pass coming to her, Jeff. She was calling out a set. The pass was hit her in the chest, and then she went chasing a loose ball, picked up the foul on the floor.
St. Albans works it down inside. Here's a shot missed by Washington. No good. Rebound pulled in by Dunbar. Here come the Spartans in a tie game at 2. Hill with it. Works it out top of the key. Stops, sends it down the right side. Pass intercepted by Washington. Here comes St. Albans back up the floor. 90 seconds gone by in a tie game at 2. Head of the key to Jaden McDaniels. Left alone for 3. That shot too strong. The rebound kicks out left to Swearingen. Swearingen brings it over, gives it on the right side now to Tiara Jackson. Back out to Swearingen, dumps it off down low. Shot put up by Valessa Jackson, draws a foul, and the Spartans already just less than 2 minutes in have picked up 4 team fouls.
And that'll go on Bartonslogger. That'll be her second. So 1:53 into the first quarter, Jeff, and Spartans already in foul trouble. This pace, we're going to see St. Albans shoot a lot of free throws this afternoon.
Valessa Jackson unties it with that free throw, and St. Albans now scored 3 in a row. Freshman Emma Dotson will check in and replace Bartonslogger, who will go to the bench with those 2 personal fouls. It is 3-2 St. Albans. Second one no good. Rebound pulled in by Taylor Dunbar. Gives it over now to Dotson. The freshman into the front court, gives it off the Hill, down low, they'll work it up inside, over to Nunley, shot no good. Rebound batted out of bounds by St. Albans. It'll be Greenbrier East basketball. Spartan possession with a 1-point deficit. Haley McClure will inbound from the baseline, gives it over to Dunbar. Out front to Hill, back over to McClure, she'll drive inside, have her shot rejected because she was hit on the arm. And that'll be a 2-shot foul for Haley McClure.
That foul will go on Tiara Jackson, her first, team number 2.
5:49 of the first quarter. Haley McClure scored the only basket so far for Greenbrier East and now ties the game with a free throw. She was in the act of shooting and gets 2. Second one is up, got them both, and the Spartans take the lead again now at 4-3. And a steal on the inbounds is going to be saved by St. Albans. Up the floor now come the Red Dragons. Here's Jaden McDaniels, drives in, dumps it off baseline, 15-footer put up. Too strong by Valessa Jackson. Battle for the board comes into Dunbar. Quick outlet goes over to Dotson. Into the front court, down to McClure, post up, shoot, scores, and a foul on St. Albans. St. Albans commits the foul, and Haley McClure has 6 points. All points now for Greenbrier East and a chance at the 3-point play.
That foul will go on Valessa Jackson, her second, team 3rd. And Jeff, another outstanding pass that time. We've seen 2 passes, lead passes, that time by Dotson and one by Dunbar for easy layups for McClure in transition.
McClure hits the free throw. She's got all 7 of Greenbrier East points, and it's a 4-point lead. Spartans now with pressure. Here comes Jaden McDaniels, drives down, dumps it off in the lane. McDaniels gets it back and draws the foul, and the 5th team foul called against East. That'll go on St. Albans, Valessa Jackson.
That'll go on Emma Dotson.
Emma Dotson. That's her first.
Our first game. It's all right. We're going to make some mistakes. We didn't get a scrimmage, Jeff, like this team, so we'll make some mistakes. So that was Emma's, her first.
Jaden McDaniels at the line to shoot 2 with 5:22 to go in the first quarter.
And he's a little bit higher.
Free throw is missed by St. Albans. All 3 of the Red Dragons' points have been at the line so far. Second one is up, missed them both. McClure gobbles up the rebound. Outlet pass goes over to Dotson. Here come the Spartans with a 4-point lead. Driving inside, Hill puts it up. Shot no good. Rebound pulled in by St. Albans. Washington pulls it in, gives it over to McDaniels. St. Albans a little slower coming up the floor on this possession. They'll work it down the left side, over to Eggleston, who's checked in. Back on the right side to Swearingen. Left wing it goes to Jackson, and out front again to McDaniels. The runner down the lane is too strong. Rebound pulled in by Nunley. Gives it off down to Hill. Hill into the front court, drives down the left side, loses possession, picks it back up, maintains her dribble, works baseline, lays it up, scores! It's 9-3 Greenbrier East. Spartans by 6.
And another foul on Greenbrier East. That'll be their 6th, Jeff. We're less than halfway through the first quarter. Greenbrier East with 16 fouls, and that will go on Dotson. That'll be her 2nd. So Dotson with 2, who'd replace Bartenschlager with 2.
And that'll bring Kate Perkins in for Greenbrier East. Inbound for St. Albans with Greenbrier East leading by 6. Up the floor with it is Katie Swearingen. Drives in. Shot no good. Rebound comes down to Perkins. Here come the Spartans. 4:20 to go, first quarter. Perkins drives the right side in transition. Shot knocked away. Rebound cleared by St. Albans. McDaniels with it, and a reach-in foul called on McClure.
And that'll be McClure's 2nd. That's team 7th, Jeff. So at the 4:13 mark, St. Albans will be shooting free throws now. And 1-and-1 situation here for
veteran referee John Mills picks up on the fact that it is team foul number 7. They'll walk to the other end to shoot a 1-and-1.
Got an outstanding crew here, Jeff. You mentioned the officials. Outstanding crew here this evening. This is postseason quality officiating.
These are state championship caliber referees here.
I asked these guys before the game, I said, this feels like a regional already. You guys here, St. Albans on the other side of the region. Could be a nice postseason matchup here, hopefully in Spartan Gym in late February.
Jaden McDaniels hits the first free throw. That's going to stop what was a 7-0 run for Greenbrier East. Second one is up in the air. That one is good as well, and it's a 4-point Spartan lead now at 9-5. McDaniels with her first 2 points of the game. Down low, here's a layup shot up and in by Morgan Amos. The assist down front, found her wide open underneath, and the lead at 6 points for Greenbrier East at 11-5.
Great bounce pass by Perkins that time through the defense.
Tiara Jackson drives in and a foul called on East. Team foul number 8.
That'll go on Taylor Dunbar. That'll be her first. Be 2 more shots here for Tiara Jackson. She's got 2 points, 2 of 2 at the foul line. And Jeff, I'm looking on my stat sheet here. I don't have St. Albans for a made field goal yet. 2 free throws for McDaniel, 1 for Valessa Jackson, 2 for Tiara Jackson. All the points coming from the foul line.
And their 6th point comes at the foul line with Tiara Jackson, who's now scored 3. It's 11-6.
Right now, St. Albans 0 of 8 from the field. 6 of 9 from the foul line.
Missed the second. Rebound comes down over to Dunbar. Quick outlet goes to Hill. Hill is going to get called with a double dribble out front. Little stutter step out around top of the key. Carried the basketball, so it will turn over now to St. Albans. The Red Dragons with the ball down by 5.
Good call. I thought maybe McDaniel got a piece of that for St. Albans and caused the ball to go up.
East will walk it up the floor. Here's McDaniels on the right side, gives it back over to Swearingen. Stops her dribble, sends it left wing now, over to Tiara Jackson. Now the foul line, it goes to Eggleston. Dumps it inside, chops it up, missed by Washington, but she'll draw a 2-shot foul, and that is team foul number 9 against Greenbrier East. The personal goes on Tucker Nunley, and Casey, that's her 2nd.
So now we have Bartenschlager, Dotson, McClure, and Nunley with 2 fouls apiece at 3 minutes and 30 seconds in the first quarter.
That's 3 starters in reserve. First free throw is missed by Amaya Washington. Again, St. Albans with all 6 of its points coming at the free throw line. Washington, second one is up in the air. That one is good, so she makes 1 out of 2. and that trims the East lead down to 4 at 11-7. 3:30 to play in the first quarter here from the Spartan gym. Driving shot in the lane, put up by Hill. It's no good. Rebound cleared by St. Albans. Tiara Jackson brings it down the left side of the floor. Hill on her defensively. Stops her dribble, sends it head of the key to McDaniels. Back on the right side it goes to Swearingen. Down low, they'll work it in, and a foul called on Perkins, I believe.
Open hand, something's wrong.
That is a foul on Kate Perkins, and that is team foul number 10.
They blew the whistle that time. The official left his hand open. I thought something was on the floor, and it was just a stoppage. Usually they do a closed fist when it is a foul. That'll send Kirsten Eggleston to the line for 2. Be double bonus, Jeff, for the next 11 minutes and 10 seconds for St. Albans.
And free throw is up and in by St. Albans' Kirsten Eggleston. Checking in now for Greenbrier East is Nia Lewis. She'll replace Tucker Nunley.
Coach Justice Depp going to get challenged early here today. Second game of the season. Trying to find the right combination. All of a sudden you got to play a lot more kids than maybe you weren't hoping to play unless you got the big lead.
Eggleston made them both, and again, all 9 of St. Albans' points have come at the free throw line. The Spartans throw it away. Hill tried to get it over to Amos on the left wing. It went through her hands and out of bounds near the St. Albans bench. So it'll turn back over to St. Albans, a 2-point East lead. Here's McDaniels with it now. Red Dragons can tie or take the lead with a 3. Working down the left side with it, Tiara Jackson. Shot no good. Rebound to Autumn Hill. Hill forces a tempo, dumps it down to Lewis. Layup shot no good. Rebound to St. Albans. Eggleston with it. Outlet pass goes over to Swearingen. Up front now to McDaniels. Standing to the right of the center circle. Top of the key it goes now to Tiara Jackson. Right side again to McDaniels. Into the foul line for Washington. She'll turn and travel with it. It'll turn over to Greenbrier East. Spartan basketball with 2:10 to go in this first quarter of play.
Good piece of defense that time by Dunbar for Greenbrier East, allowing Washington. I think Washington, Jeff, was anticipating contact in the lane. Dunbar just backed up, and when there was no contact, Washington was off balance because she was really trying to lean into Taylor Dunbar that time. Good heads-up play. Taylor, if she gets fouled there, that's her third, and she's done probably for the rest of the half.
East by 2, and the pass down low is going to be tipped away by St. Albans. Fortunately, it went from Hill down low to Dunbar, but it was touched by St. Albans, so it'll be Spartan basketball with 1:53 to go in the first. Kate Perkins will inbound from the baseline. Tries to get it in, ball tipped away. Pass intended for Dunbar, knocked away by Washington. Over to Eggleston now, who gives it across the timeline to Jaden McDaniels. St. Albans down by 2 with the basketball. Here's Tiara Jackson, will drive inside, put it up, shot is no good, and a foul called on East with a block.
That's going on.
Oh, an offensive foul.
Whoa.
That'll go on Tiara Jackson.
That'll be her second, team foul number 4. St. Albans coaches said good call. They obviously thought it was okay. There was a lot of contact. It was a call on somebody. There was a lot of contact on that collision.
Inbound for East, and the Spartans throw it away. Another steal by St. Albans. Up the floor with it comes Swearingen. Gets it over to McDaniels on the right side. Back out top it goes to Swearingen. Left alone, she'll drive the foul line. Kick it off right side now to McDaniels. Works baseline, and a foul called here on East. That's going to be a reach on the Spartans. They'll give it to Kate Perkins.
Be her second. Double bonus here. 5 players now for Greenbrier East with at least 2 fouls here in the first quarter. McDaniel go back to the line. Jeff, she's got 2 points. She's 2 of 4 from the foul line.
Line to the right. Shot is up and in by McDaniels. And again, every point that St. Albans has scored so far has been at the foul line.
They've had multiple opportunities because East has fouled so much this quarter.
Made them both. McDaniels now with 4, and we're tied at 11. St. Albans has gone on an 8-2 run. Spartans led at 9-3 with 4:20 to go in this first quarter. And they've done it all at the foul line.
Now we have Maddie Oxley checking in for St. Albans. and Kendra Morgan for the Spartans. Say Coach Justice's depth is being tested early today.
Here's a steal and nearly a steal back. We're going to have a tie-up. Possession arrow is going to point to St. Albans. 1:03 to go in this first quarter. Red Dragon basketball. So essentially, a turnover against Greenbrier East. Clock turns. Jade McDaniels into the front court. Gets a screen there from Washington. Washington now gets the ball, throws it away. Morgan Amos with a steal right underneath the basket. Down to 45 seconds to go in the first. Up the floor with it comes Kendra Morgan. Gives it over to Hill on the right wing. Sends it back over to Morgan. Pass too long, out of bounds. It's tipped by St. Albans. It'll be East basketball.
We'll have B.B. Clark checking in for McDaniel for St. Albans. Got to think this is the end of the quarter break. McDaniel should get 37 seconds here, and then the minute between quarters.
So the inbound. With 30 seconds to go, we're tied at 11.
Sure, excuse me, Jeff, you just want to get out of this quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, try not to get any more fouls on anybody else in your top 8 or 9 players here. Things are getting thin and desperate quickly.
Nobody on the floor for East right now with 2 fouls. Down to 10 seconds. Autumn Hill out front, down to 8. Spartans will work it now. Here's to Amos, right wing. Gets it down low. Turnaround shot up and in by Dunbar. And the first quarter will come to an end from the Spartan Gym in Fairley with a score. Greenbrier East 13, St. Albans 11.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. I'd hammer in the evening. All over this land. I'd hammer out danger. I'd hammer out a warning. I'd hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land.
After one, Greenbrier East 13, St. Albans 11.
The thing that stands out, Jeff, besides the fouls, Greenbrier East with 11 fouls. And with those 11 fouls, we have 11 made free throws by St. Albans. They did not make a basket, Jeff. I don't know, since the last time you and I watched Summers County and Meadow Bridge back in about 1990, we saw a team not make a field goal in a quarter.
Spartans begin possession to start the second quarter. Shot missed by Dunbar. The rebound cleared by Washington. And it's tipped out by Bartonslogger. It'll stay with St. Albans. So right now, the Spartans go back to that original starting 5 of Bartonslogger, Hill, Dunbar, McClure, and Nunley. And Casey, there are some fouls on the floor right now for East.
Yes, and they've got to be smart. You see Coach Justin making the right move here. He's going zone to cut down on when you get in foul situations. It's a good move.
McDaniels hits a 3 from the right wing, and at the 7:30 mark of the second quarter, St. Albans has its first field goal and takes the lead for the first time since it was 3-2.
Bad pass by Hill that time for the Spartans. Turnover to McDaniel.
St. Albans by 1. Baseline shot too strong by the Red Dragons. That one missed by Maddie Oxley. Rebound pulled in by East. Bartonslogger to Hill, left alone, the left wing, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound pulled in by St. Albans. Eggleston gives it over down to McDaniels. Into the front court now comes St. Albans. Top of the key to Eggleston. They'll work it inside. Down low, Washington's shot knocked away. Nunley with a slap and a rebound. Up the floor to Hill. Gets it over now to McClure, right side, 12-footer, no good, and a foul called on the rebound. And it's going to be called on St. Albans.
That'll go on Swearington for St. Albans, her first, team 5th. Should be a floor foul here. I think it was after the shot. McClure fighting for a rebound, got fouled for the Spartans.
Chopped it up on the elbows, missed by McClure, rebound controlled by St. Albans. The Red Dragons with a 1-point lead, 14-13. Backdoor pass goes down to McDaniels, driving layup shot, no good. Nunley is going to get the rebound, and we got a foul called
on St. Albans.
Against St. Albans, and I think Tucker Nunley's a little agitated right now with the hand slapping that's going on by St. Albans.
That'll go on Jillian Smith, that'll be her first, team 6. Thought they were going to get McDaniel that time. She was grabbing also. Pretty sure a couple of those girls could have done chin-ups on Nunley's arms the way they were grabbing at her.
Down low, shot put up and in by Greenbrier East.
Taylor Dunbar.
Dunbar scores her 4th point. The Spartans now take the lead back at 15-14. Nearly 2 minutes gone by in this second quarter. Rebound comes down to Barnslogger off the St. Albans miss.
Jump ball situation, St. Albans will control. St. Albans inbounds under their own basket.
Shot put up too strong by St. Albans. A rebound pulled in by McClure. Gets it off to Barnslogger. A 2-on-2. Barnslogger gives it over to Hill. Drives to the foul line. Dumps it over to Dunbar. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Greenbrier East.
One official said East. The other official pointing St. Albans.
I think the official down on the baseline was asking for the trail official to make that call, thinking he had a better angle.
We had 4 angles, so I can't comment on it because we were blocked out, so I have no idea.
East with a 1-point lead in the ball. Here's Hill. She'll drive inside, and we got a foul call on the floor against St. Albans. Non-shooting. Well, it will be team foul number 7, so it'll be a 1-on-1.
That foul will go on Katie Swearington for St. Albans. That'll be her second. You mentioned team foul number 7, so now the Spartans will go to the line. It will send Autumn Hill. She's got 2 points.
5:40 to play until halftime. Autumn Hill at the line. We got a lane violation against St. Albans. The basket will count anyway. As St. Albans, Kirsten Eggleston, she's on those tiptoe. You can see her starting
to flapping her arms like
yeah,
she's trying to take flight like a little bird does, getting thrown out of the nest the first time.
Second one is up by Hill, missed that one. A rebound comes down to Nunley. Spartans with a 2-point lead in the ball, 16-14. Cross-court pass, Barnslogger left alone, right wing three, shot no good. Rebound comes down to Nunley, who scores. Tucker Nunley makes it 18-14 and a timeout by St. Albans. 5:25 to go in this second quarter. Greenbrier East with a 4-point lead, a 30-second timeout. Back at the Greenbrier East Spartan Gym, and it's 18-14. Greenbrier East has gone on a 5-0 run here to take the lead back from St. Albans. Up the floor with it, the Red Dragons. PB Clark with it, breaks the pressure of East. Out top to McDaniels, right side, 3-ball put up on the wing. That one's no good by Maddie Oxley, and a rebound down to McClure. Long lead pass down to Hill. Hill left alone, layup shot is good. Autumn Hill with 5 points, and it's a 6-point East lead now at 20-14.
We got a foul on Nunley for East. That'll be her third. Just a reach. You don't. And she's out there. Basically, where it says Coach Jim Justice court. She's a post player, Jeff. She doesn't need to be guarding anybody 32 feet away from the basket.
Nunley picks up her third.
She's hustling. Unfortunately, she's in the wrong spot that time. Can't reach.
Foul shot no good by Maddie Oxley. Now Emma Dotson will check in to replace Tucker Nunley, who scored 2 points but has 3 personal fouls. Checking out now for St. Albans is Jillian Smith as Amaya Washington comes back in for the Red Dragons at the 5-minute mark of the second quarter with a 6-point Spartan lead. Second free throw is no good. Rebound comes down to McClure. East wants to run. McClure, quick outlet, goes over to Hill. Finds Dotson on the left wing. Drives baseline, 12-footer up and in. Emma Dotson from the baseline knocks it in and gives East an 8-point lead.
And that was just a nice, she's a freshman, Jeff. She's obviously experienced. And we got a steal.
Steal by Barnslogger, and she is fouled.
That foul, I think, will go on McDaniel. Looked like she tripped Barnslogger. That'll be McDaniel's first. Let's say Dotson with a veteran move. She flashed the ball to show a jump shot. The defender jumped out of the way. She took one dribble, 2 steps in, and knocked down an 8-footer. That's a good move for a freshman.
At the line to the left, it is Greenbrier East Abby Bartenslogger. At the line to shoot a 1-and-1. The free throw's up, no good. Rebound pulled in by Amaya Washington. Quickly over to Eggleston, back over to McDaniels, who runs the point for Scott Tweedy's St. Albans Red Dragons. Out front, here's McDaniels, left alone, hits the three. She's got 10 in the game. 2 3-pointers and 4 free throws. It's 22-17. 4:20 to go in the second quarter. Out front, a 3-ball put up by Hill, and it's no good. Rebound underneath comes in to Tiara Jackson. Spartans by 5. Red Dragons with the basketball. Tiara Jackson in the front court, goes out front, left side to Jaden McDaniels. Back over to Tiara Jackson. They'll work it into Washington. Now back out. Jackson driving, baseline shot, no good. Bartenslogger with a rebound. East up the floor with a 5-point lead. Bartenslogger for 3, good! Abby Bartenslogger hits it from the top of the key, and it's an 8-point lead again at 25-17.
St. Albans has been in the 2-3 zone, Jeff, the whole time defensively. That shot's been there. We finally see East take it. Bartenslogger got an open look. Both the top key defenders split. Easy look that time.
Jump ball. Oh, jump ball. Good call. Emma Dotson came in, and the possession will go to Greenbrier East.
It was once again another good heads-up play. Young girl there. Only second varsity game in high school. She saw Tiara Jackson struggle with the ball for St. Albans. As Jackson's gaining control of the ball, Emma Dotson quickly jumps in and grabs it, and then gets the jump ball, turnover, basically being a turnover, and East takes possession. Now we're seeing, after the last made basket, Jeff, St. Albans now going 3-2 to guard the top of the key.
Spartans by 8, ball knocked out of bounds, but it was last touched off of Kate Perkins. So it'll be St. Albans basketball. 3:15 on a turning second quarter clock. Here's McDaniels with it. Gets it across the timeline down to Valessa Jackson. Does that little U-turn down in the corner and brings it back out on the right wing. Sends it out front to Tiara Jackson. Down to McDaniels, inside to Washington on the right block. Ball knocked away. Bartenslogger with a steal. Gives it off to Perkins. Feeds it over to McClure. Works the right side. Up into the foul. McClure, a chance for another 3-point play as the Spartans open up a 10-point lead.
That foul will go on Jackson, Valessa Jackson. I've got that as her third for St. Albans. Team foul number 9. Really seen East with some success here early on, Jeff. Just getting out in transition and getting some layups. Just able to outrun St. Albans.
McClure with a 3-point play. That puts her in double figures now with 10 points, and it's 28-17. Up near half court in front of us, ball knocked away and out of bounds.
I think Dotson got by with a foul that time.
And she knows it.
Yeah. I think she looked up at her parents with a little grin. I think she got away with one there.
Here's McDaniels. Works it over to the left side. Over to Maddie Oxley. Back over to Oxley on the left wing. Onto the elbow now for Eggleston, who will drive in. Shot no good. Rebound to McClure. Here comes McClure down the floor. Spartans by 11. Gives it over to Perkins on the right wing. Down inside. Turnaround 12-footer. Good for Taylor Dunbar. Dunbar makes it 30-17. She's got a half a dozen points.
And now we got a foul. Oh, we got a travel first. Thought they were going to call a foul on Perkins. They call a travel first. I like that little baby hook by Dunbar, Jeff. Used her left shoulder, create a little separation. At 6 foot tall, she can shoot over most girls in high school. And got nice extension with the jumper, about 8 feet out. Left shoulder for some separation.
So Dotson will inbound from the baseline, and the ball is going to be out of bounds off Dunbar. I think that ball was tipped on the entry by St. Albans' Kirsten Eggleston, but Dunbar tried to get it, just couldn't hang on to it, so it'll turn back over the Red Dragons with the basketball now, trailing by 13 points. Up the floor with it comes St. Albans as Jaden McDaniels is going to be drawing a foul out front against Kate Perkins, and that's going to be her third.
I think it's Bartenslogger.
Oh, it is. That's her third.
just a little too aggressive that time on the pressure. Bartschlager leaning in with the shoulder. You can get by. I think she's a soccer player, isn't she? I think I saw her.
Yes.
She could do that. You can do that in soccer. You can lean in like that. Basketball, you can't do that. McDaniel makes the first. She now has 11, leading scorer in the game.
Number 10, Andy Bartschlager. At the line for St. Albans, number 0, Jaden McDaniels.
McDaniel's second free throw is good. Hit them both. She's the leading scorer this afternoon for St. Albans. And it's 30-19 with 2 minutes left in the half.
St. Albans now with 20 free throw attempts already in the game.
At the other end, we got a foul called on Dotson, I believe, and that's going to be her third personal.
And that will be. So now Bartschlager goes out. The same situation we saw earlier in the game, Jeff. Bartschlager goes out with 2 fouls. Dotson comes in and picks up 2. Bartschlager comes back in and picks up her third. Dotson comes in for her, then she immediately picks up her third.
Have you noticed, free throw good by McDaniels, have you noticed the referees using both hands to give these numbers? Wonder if that's a new point of emphasis this year.
It is for this year.
You know
That's
what?
a college thing. We always talked about before. You could tell college officials, they always did it.
I like that.
I like it when we're sitting here courtside. Sometimes some of these places we go on the road when you can't see but one hand, when we're sitting in the end zone, makes it difficult. But yeah, it's, I mean, if college does it, why would you do it in high school?
Makes sense to me.
Now we're seeing St. Albans back in that 2-3. We've seen some success from the top of the key.
Got to travel against Greenbrier East, Alasia Smith. Kind of drug at pivot foot a little bit. 9-point East lead. Minute and 40 to play in the first half. Here's McDaniels, gives it up the floor now to B.B. Clark. Back to McDaniels. Right side, it goes over to Maddie Oxley. St. Albans, good ball movement. Left wing 3 put up, misfired by the Red Dragons. Clark, rebound out long to Hill. Lead pass down the floor to McClure, and she'll draw the foul.
That's jump ball.
It is a jump ball.
Open. I'm just watching the hand. I see open hand. I'm assuming that's jump ball. The possession will go back to St. Albans.
9-point East lead. St. Albans inbounds. Here's Jaden McDaniels racing it into the front court. Gets a screen out front, gives it over the left side now to B.B. Clark, back out top to McDaniels.
I've been really impressed with McDaniels for St. Albans. I'd heard she was a good guard. She's really good.
Right wing 3 put up. That one missed by Maddie Oxley. Rebound underneath to St. Albans, and a foul called on East. It will either go on McClure or Dunbar.
I think it's Dunbar with the hip check that time. That would be her second. I had her for 2 earlier, but I made a mistake, so that's her second. It'll be 2 free throws here for Eggleston for St. Albans. And Jeff, we talked about the fact St. Albans didn't have a field goal in the first quarter. They've only got 2 for the game right now. 2 3-pointers by McDaniel. That's it. Everything else is from the foul line. 15 of 21 points from the foul line.
Kirsten Eggleston, first shot no good. A minute to go in the half.
This will be St. Albans' 24th attempted free throw here in the first half. And let's be honest, there's not any questionable calls. These are all legit fouls. I mean, there's nothing. We're not questioning the officiating. These girls are playing extremely aggressive.
Eggleston hits 1 out of 2, and it's an 8-point lead now. It's 30-22 with 50 seconds to play in the half.
East looks like they're going to run a little clock here, and St. Albans is setting back in that 2-3 zone.
Down to 35 seconds. I like those green shoes.
Yes.
I like those. Team shoes this year. All right, down to 15 seconds. Autumn Hill still standing in the center circle.
Probably go around 11.
Gives it over to McClure now with 10. Now front to Hill. Back to McClure. Feeds it over to Dunbar. Pass thrown away. Up the floor with it comes Eggleston. It's knocked back by Hill. Hill can't get it off in time. We've reached the first half intermission here from the Greenbrier Spartan Gym in Fairleigh. Pretty entertaining first half between Greenbrier East and St. Albans. With the score, Lady Spartans 30, St. Albans 22.
Fritz's Pharmacy, a locally owned Health Mart pharmacy, has always been known for its quick and friendly service with the best prices. We fill hundreds of prescriptions every day. Our stores may seem busy at times, but we always have time for you, our loyal customers. There's a lot going on at Fritz's Pharmacy in addition to filling prescriptions. Our autofill robot allows us more time to talk to you, answer your phone calls, and help assure you're comfortable with your medications. We know you sometimes visit multiple doctors. If they each prescribe different medications, you need someone who can trust to look after your safety and well-being. Fritz's Pharmacy provides personalized medication packaging. Do you take medication several times daily? Do you take different medications and doses during the day and find it difficult to keep track if you took your doses or if you took it at all? We can help. Ask for details next time you're in our store. We provide certified fittings for customized diabetic shoes, support stockings and hosiery at no extra charge. Fritz's Pharmacy provides a personalized compounding service. Some prescriptions require special doses or special formulations. We also provide compounding prescriptions for your pet. Fritz's Pharmacy accepts most insurances and Medicare Part D plans. And when it's time to change your Medicare Part D plan each year, we have someone to help you decide which plan is best for you. Fritz's Pharmacy also carries a full line of over-the-counter items, a wide variety of vitamins, braces and supports, cough and cold remedies, and amino act. We're in Lewisburg, Raynell, Alderson, and Roncevert. We want to be your pharmacy, and that's a day in the life of Fritz's Pharmacy. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Third quarter set to get underway here with Greenbrier East having possession to begin the second half with an 8-point lead. It is Lady Spartans 30 and St. Albans 22. Coach Justice will go with that original starting five to begin the second half. That is Bartonslogger, Hill, Dunbar, McClure, and Nunley. And Casey, the Lady Spartans have new uniforms, debuting new uniforms tonight. I like that look.
It's a nice looking jersey.
Down underneath, shot put up, it goes out of bounds. What do we got? St. Albans basketball. It's a white uniform. It's got Greenbrier, and then on top, East below that in gold, and a gold number trimmed in green.
And green piping down the sides. It is a sharp uniform.
Into the front court comes St. Albans, down by 8 to begin this third quarter. Underneath Washington, Troy is going to travel with it. Walked with the basketball, made the shot, but it will be negated by the turnover.
Good ball fake by Washington that time to get Dunbar off her feet. Unfortunately for Washington, she's too far from the basket. You got to take one dribble there, Jeff. She's got a layup. She tried to do it with a step. It's just too far away.
Up the floor with it comes East. A corner three by McClure is nothing but the bottom of the net. McClure with 13 points.
And a steal by McClure.
And she shot up in and a foul. She has scored 5 points in about 4 seconds.
And that foul will go on Tiara Jackson for St. Albans, her third. Team foul number 1 of the second half. Good timeout, St. Albans.
7:18 to go in our third quarter. Quick timeout, a 30-second timeout. That foul on Tiara Jackson was her third. Now Haley McClure at the line, chance for another three-point play. It's up in the air, good. That's her third conventional basket and foul shot, three-point play, and then she also hit a three just a moment ago. Our new score is 36-22, East by 14 points. McClure has 16 for the Lady Spartans. Minute gone by in the third quarter. McDaniels left alone, fires a three out top, shot no good. Rebound comes in to Valessa Jackson. They're working around the right side, three ball put up. That one missed by Tiara Jackson. And another St. Albans rebound, an offensive foul called on the Red Dragons.
That's on Jackson. Tiara, that's going to be her fourth. And that will be, Jeff. I got Tiara Jackson now with 2 quick fouls here in the second half. Now we'll see Eggleston check in for Jackson. Spoke briefly in the first half. Jackson's come from a good bloodline.
Their dad is former Oak Hill State Player of the Year, former Tennessee Vol and Marshall Thundering Herd basketball player, Corny Jackson.
current assistant coach down there.
That's right. And their uncle, Benitez, is the head basketball coach of the boys team at Oak Hill. 36-22, a 14-point East lead. Here's McClure from the left elbow. Shot too strong. Rebound comes into Washington. Ball slapped away by Bartenschlager. It's loose on the floor, and a foul called on East. It's on McClure or Bartenschlager, but it's going against the Spartans.
If it's on, that will go on McClure. I was going to say if it's her third. If it was Bartenschlager, that'd be her fourth. But it is on McClure. She now has 3.
Inbound comes in for St. Albans. McDaniels has it knocked away, and a foul called on St. Albans. McDaniels.
That'll be McDaniels' second, team foul number 3 of the second half. St. Albans is a little bit out of control. East, they're still pressing, Jeff. They're not quite as aggressive with the fouls they were in the first half, but they're giving St. Albans all kinds of problems, and McClure's been really poised up to this point, and now she's struggling. Not McClure, McDaniel. I'm sorry, McDaniel.
And the Governor wants a timeout. 6:14 to go, third quarter. Greenbrier East 36, St. Albans 22. It is a full timeout. Now the Greenbrier East timeout. It'll be Lady Spartan basketball. Bartenschlager feeds it into Nunley. Ball knocked away. McClure is going to get tied up in a possessional point to St. Albans. So St. Albans inbounds. They get it in here to Valessa Jackson. Over to Kirsten Eggleston, back over to McDaniels. Ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Albans.
St. Albans, Jeff, struggling with the pressure. They're doing the wrong things. They're getting the ball to the corner on the inbounds pass, and they're stopping the dribble on the sideline. You're allowing East to have an extra defender and trapping. St. Albans, keep the ball in the middle of court like you did the first half.
And here's a steal by Bartenschlager. Down on the baseline, feeds it up to Autumn Hill, drives in, puts it up, shot no good. But she draws the foul.
Let's go, Autumn. Hit it.
That foul will go on Kirsten Eggleston for St. Albans. That'll be her first, team foul number 4. But it will be 2 shots here for Autumn Hill. She's got 5 points this evening, 1 of 2 from the foul line. I say this evening, I guess this afternoon, not used to doing games quite this early.
Well, it's early evening.
Matinee, we're doing a matinee.
Shot missed by Autumn Hill.
Hey, I like this on a Saturday. I wish we had a few more boys games like this. Get home and watch the football tonight. Of course, we can sit here and watch it at the table also, but I'm trying to watch the game.
That's true. Auburn and Georgia in the SEC championship. I believe it's been 12 years ago tomorrow we went to that game in Atlanta.
I was thinking about that the other day.
Hill makes the second of 2, gives her 6 in the game. It is 15-point East lead now, 37-22. Ball loose up near half court, picked up now by St. Albans. Red Dragons up the floor, shot underneath is missed by Washington, and the rebound to Hill. Hill wants to force the tempo, brings it down the right wing, tries to pass inside, tipped away and stolen by St. Albans. Here's McDaniels. Driving the other end, lays it up, shot no good. Washington rebounds, and the ball stolen away. Another steal by Bartenschlager. Gives it off to Hill. Hill drives the left side, lays it up, scores, and a foul on St. Albans. Count the basket for Autumn Hill, and the personal goes on St. Albans Swearingen.
That'll be her third, team foul number 5. Jeff, we're seeing East do it. They didn't get a chance to do that much in the first half, but were successful with it. And that's just get out and run. They've got this a really athletic team, got some speed. They can just, what we've seen so far, they're much faster than St. Albans right now. We saw it in the first half with some good outlet passes and running for layups, and we've seen Hill and McClure really get out and attack the basket with their athleticism.
Free throw by Hill is good. It's 40-22. Hill now with 9 points. Casey, the last time St. Albans scored a field goal was at the 4:20 mark of the second quarter on a three-pointer by McDaniels. Shot missed by St. Albans, and Hill called for a travel as she tries to push it out on the rebound.
And we're a little over 3 minutes here in this quarter. We still haven't seen St. Albans make but the 2 field goals, the 2 3-pointers by McDaniel. No field goals or even points yet in this half.
Red Dragons with it. Baseline shot put up by Maddie Oxley's up and in. 15-footer from the right baseline. Makes it 40-24. 4:45 to go in the third. Here's Dotson. Gets it into Nunley. Out top to Hill. Back on the right side to McClure. They'll work it into Dunbar. Out to Dotson. Out front again to Hill. Hill brings it over the left wing. Out top to Dotson, right wing three. McClure up, no good. Too strong off the back plate. The rebound pulled in by Hill. Into McClure, shot good, and a foul again. Another three-point opportunity coming up for Haley McClure.
And that foul will go on Jillian Smith. That'll be her second. And Jeff, you know what was good about that play? What was outstanding about that play by McClure? She caught the ball going to her right, and she was getting fouled. She switched it to her left hand and shot it up with her left, threw it up with her left hand, and got the soft kiss off the glass.
So at the line to the right, it is Haley McClure, and converts another three-point play. She's got 19 points, and it's a 19-point lead at 43-24 with 4:20 to go in the third. McDaniels feeds it baseline. Shot put up by Oxley again is no good. Rebound comes out to Jillian Smith. Over to McDaniels. They'll get McClure with a trip. That's her fourth.
Team foul number 2 in the second half. Bartschlager will come in for the Spartans, replace McClure.
St. Albans inbounds to McDaniels out front. On the left wing, they'll go to Oxley. Cross courts, right side, over to Clark. Now the foul lane. Over to Eggleston, and we got a travel call against St. Albans. It'll be Greenbrier East basketball with 3:53 to go in the third quarter. Inbound comes in now for East. Spartans by 19 points. Dotson gets it down inside. The ball tipped out of bounds by St. Albans. And the possession will stay with East. Spartans working in. Dotson. Bounce passes down to Dunbar on the baseline. Gets it out now. On the right side of Bartschlager. A travel called out front. Got the pass from the right wing from Bartschlager out top to Dotson. Just shuffle those feet a little bit. It'll turn back over to St. Albans with 3.5 to play in this third quarter.
Trying to make a move before she put the dribble down.
At the other end, Red Dragons trying to get it inside. The ball is going to be out of bounds. St. Albans ball. Here's the inbound now. Turnaround shot in the lane, up and in by Jillian Smith. Her first basket makes it 43-26. East by 17. Now Dunbar from the foul line. Too strong. Amos rebounds and scores. Morgan Amos makes it 45-26.
And now Bartschlager is going to pick up her fourth foul for Greenbrier East. Chasing down McDaniel from St. Albans. Be a floor foul.
Autumn Hill will check back in. Out front with it. St. Albans drives in with McDaniel. Shot no good. Rebound, Barton Slogger over to Dotson. Too long for Kate Perkins. Too long, too high. It's out of bounds. Now Barton Slogger will check out as Hill comes back in. Barton Slogger will go out with those 4 personal fouls.
Now we'll see Tiara Jackson check back in here in the third quarter with just under 3 minutes to go with her 4 fouls. Yes, Coach Scott Tweedy decided he better get him back in. Before, even if they got foul trouble, get him back in before this thing gets completely out of control, down 19.
45-26 the score. St. Albans works it down to the baseline. Ball controlled here by Valessa Jackson. Jackson out front, right side over to Oxley. Driving shot from the right baseline, it's too strong. Dotson with the rebound. Gets the pass up the floor now to Hill. Let's go on a 3, shot too strong. Rebound comes down over to Dotson. Baseline now goes over to Amos. That one's no good. Rebound to St. Albans. Back we go the other way. Red Dragons have it. Here's Valessa Jackson. Up top it goes to Oxley. Back on the right side, McDaniels for 3, no good. Rebound's going to be out of bounds. Possession to East now with inside of 2 minutes left in the third. And we got a timeout on the 4 called by St. Albans. It's Greenbrier East 45, St. Albans 26. Now the timeout, it'll be Greenbrier East basketball with a 19-point lead here at 45-26. Autumn Hill into the front court, gives it off to Dotson on the right wing. Now they'll go left side over to Perkins. Perkins looks over the options, goes back out front again. To Hill, now to Dotson on the left elbow, stands in from 12, shot no good. Dunbar rebounds and scores. Taylor Dunbar now with 8 points. It is 47-26, a 21-point lead, the largest of the game for Greenbrier East. Down to 1:15 to play in the third. Right side 3 ball put up. That one misfired by St. Albans. A rebound tracked down by Valessa Jackson. Sends a cross court to Oxley on the right wing. Out top to McDaniels. Free throw line to Tiara Jackson. Back on the right side to Oxley. Cross courts to a wide open Valessa Jackson. We got a whistle blown. We got a foul call down front. Against East, it'll be a 2-shot foul for the Red Dragons.
Now to go on Dunbar for East. That'll be her 3rd. Send Jackson to the line for 2. She's got 1 point this evening.
And the shot no good. Valessa Jackson with 1 point in the game. That was a free throw back in the first half. And the second one is good. Makes 1 out of 2, and it's 47-27 with 52 seconds to go in the quarter. Inbound comes in for East. They get it over to Hill, now to Perkins. Tiptoes down the left sideline, feeds it to Dunbar, left alone, and she'll score. Taylor Dunbar with 10 points.
Outstanding job by Perkins that time, attacking the press, getting the ball to the middle, and making the defender commit when they did. Kick the ball off for an easy layup for Dunbar.
22-point lead with 30 seconds to go. Out front with it is McDaniel. Sends it over on the left side to Valessa Jackson. Out front to McDaniels with 15 seconds to go in the third. Here's Tiara Jackson down inside. A foul called on East with 5.3 to go.
That's Dunbar. That'll be her 4th. And it is. That's Taylor Dunbar's 4th. Now Barton, Slogger, Dunbar, and McClure all with 4 fouls for the Spartans. And we still got 1 quarter to go. Of course, there's a little more manageable foul situations. You're up 22 in the start of the quarter.
Shot missed by Tiara Jackson.
She's got 3 points this evening. 3 of 4 from the foul line.
Second one is good by Tiara Jackson. 49-28. 5 seconds to go in the
Clock didn't start. Start clock. That was good execution by East. They would have got the shot off. The clock never started. That'll be the end of the third quarter.
End of 3. Greenbrier East 49. St. Albans 28.
For 70 years, S.J. Needhawk Lumber has provided products for your home from foundation to finish. S.J. Needhawk has most everything you need for your home and land. Roofing and insulation, windows, doors and floors. Picking that perfect paint or redesigning your new bath or kitchen. S.J. Needhawk also has products for the farm, from feed products to gates and fencing. Building projects or DIY jobs. For 3 generations, S.J. Needhawk Lumber is your home solution.
Spartans outscore St. Albans 19-6 in the third. They build a 21-point lead. Now a steal by McDaniels, who will drive in. Hill knocks it out of bounds. It will go out of bounds off McDaniels and be Greenbrier East basketball.
2 things we saw East do in that quarter, Jeff, that really helped them extend this lead. They got the transition game going, and McDaniel didn't score. Good job defensively keeping McDaniel, because she really did it all in the first half, scoring 14, and St. Albans was 22. No points that quarter for McDaniel.
Up the floor with it comes East. With a 21-point lead, McClure feeds it inside to Nunley. Shot no good. McClure stick back doesn't go in. Now Hill from 15, no good from the left elbow. Rebound pulled in by St. Albans. B.B. Clark gets it up the floor now to Jillian Smith. Inside, shot missed by Valessa Jackson. Out of bounds to East now with 7:27 to go.
Jackson that time for St. Albans was a little off balance when she shot that. Couldn't get her legs under her.
Up the floor with it now comes McClure. Foul line, 15-footer is good. Haley McClure's got 21 points. East leads it now by 23 at 51-28. Nearing the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Here's McDaniels, will drive in, draws the foul.
That's on Dotson. That'll be her 4th. I think it is. Emma Dotson now has 4. So you're looking at Dotson, Dunbar, McClure, and Bartenschlager with 4.
Shot is up and in by McDaniel. She's now got 15 points. Casey, she was the leading scorer in the first half with 14 overall in the game, leading scorer. That's her first point of the second half.
The East really did a good job third quarter. Really forcing the ball out of her hands.
And McDaniels makes them both. 51-30. Here's McClure, feeds it over to Nunley, drives in and draws the foul on McDaniels.
That'll be McDaniels' 3rd, team's 7th, but it will be a 2-shot situation here for Nunley. Nunley's got 2 points this evening. This will be her first free throw attempts.
And that one is, shall we say, short. (51-30). Second one is good by Tucker Nunley. It is 52-30, a 22-point lead now with just inside of 7 minutes to go. Drive-in shot good by McDaniels. (52-32).
That foul will go on Valessa Jackson. That'll be her 4th. Be 2 shots here for McClure.
Shot is up and good by McClure. 22 in the game now for the sophomore, 53-32. And she got them both. Haley McClure with 23 points, 54-32. Here's McDaniels with it out front, draws a block foul against Autumn Hill.
That'll be Hill's first. Hard to say that, hard to imagine the way they fouled today. Here we are in the fourth quarter, the first foul on a player for Greenbrier East. That's team foul number 7, so McDaniel will go to the line for a 1-and-1 for St. Albans.
And the shot is good by Jaden McDaniel. She's got 18.
McDaniel's a player.
Yep.
She's legit first team. I mean, after watching her, she's legit AAA first team All-State player.
Hits them both. It is 54-34 the lead. 20 points now for Greenbrier East. Here's Dodson, works the baseline, sends it over, a pass stolen away, intercepted by Swearingen. Swearingen drives, gets it over to Jackson. Out front, a 3-ball put up. That one rattles in for Maddie Oxley. And a timeout, St. Albans with 6:02 to go. Full timeout with our score, Greenbrier East 54, St. Albans 37. .02 to go. Greenbrier East by 17 points. It is 54-37. Dodson will inbound against St. Albans pressure, and the pressure pays off. They get a steal. Ball tipped into backcourt, and Washington pulls it down. Gives it over to McDaniels.
Now Greenbrier East going a little man-to-man, Jeff.
Gives it over now to McDaniels again. Drives the paint shot, no good. Rebound pulled in by Dodson. Dodson down the floor. Gets it off inside to McClure, puts it up, shot rims out, rebound out of bounds to East. Goes off of Washington. So the Lady Spartans will inbound on the baseline with 5:35 to go. Gets it out the hill, back to Dodson, drives in, ball out of bounds.
Looked like it was hit by Jackson for St. Albans, and East will retain possession.
Inside, shot put up and in by Autumn Hill. Hill now in double figures with 11. It's 56-37. And an offensive foul called on Jaden McDaniels.
That'll be her 4th, team 9th. Just took her arm and did the hook that time.
Did you notice John Mills' body language? It looked like he took no pride in having to call that.
No. They've got her for 5 fouls. I've only got her for 4. No, I'm sorry, it's 4 fouls.
Yeah, 4.
That's 4, yeah. I saw the 5 total timeouts left.
They haven't changed that all game.
Yeah, that's what it was. I've got her for 4. I had her for 4. I was just wondering. I heard the buzzer as soon as they called it.
Uh-oh. Now, wait a minute.
That's what it says on the board is 4.
I've got 4.
I've got 4.
I've got 4. I mean,
a little discrepancy there.
The scoreboard
No. I think the official book has 5. That's why they're asking.
Right.
But 3 of us sitting here keeping fouls. I have 4. Unfortunately, they come to agreement.
The agreement is this: one more and you're out of here. Okay? One more and you're out.
You got a mulligan that time.
Here's Hill, will drive in, ball knocked away, and a steal by St. Albans, Washington. Gives it off to Oxley. Over to McDaniels in the front court. Back over to Swearingen, drives in, puts it up, shot no good. Rebound to Bartonslogger. Lead pass down the floor over to McClure in the paint, spins, shoots, and misses. Rebound no, comes down to St. Albans. Swearingen took it away from McClure. St. Albans up the floor, down by 19 and a foul called.
That's going on Hill for Greenbrier East. That'll be her second. Team foul number 8. It'll be a 1-on-1 situation here. So Katie Swearingen will be going to the line. She's yet to score this evening.
Free throw up and in. Georgia leads Auburn now 10-7 in the second quarter.
Already more competitive than that game was about 3 weeks ago.
Yep. Second one no good. They make one out of two. It's 56-38. 4:35 to go. Here's Hill. Drives in and they're gonna be knocked out of bounds. It'll be Spartan ball.
Nice defensive play that time by Tiara Jackson, blocking that shot out of bounds.
Dotson gets it in. Here's a three by Bartonslogger. Too strong off the side of the rim. Rebound comes into Jackson. Tiara Jackson with it. St. Albans up the floor with 4:20 to go in the game. Working around the right side. Over to Tiara Jackson. Out front it goes to Maddie Oxley. In the corner now to Jackson. Drives, draws the foul on Dotson, and that's going to be Emma Dotson's 5th foul.
That'll be 2 shots for Jackson. So Dotson will finish with 2 points. Tiara Jackson with the line. She's got 4 points, 4 of 6 from the foul line.
.402 to go. 18-point lead. Foul shot good there by Tiara Jackson. And the second one is good. So Jackson with 6, and it's 56-40. Midway mark of the 4th quarter. Here comes Autumn Hill down the floor, gets a screen out front by Perkins, drives in, shot no good, rebound is out of bounds as St. Albans carried it out with Washington. It'll be Lady Spartan basketball. Inbound comes in to Hill, who drug the pivot foot. Tried to get it over to Bartonslogger in that left corner. And it will turn back to St. Albans with 3:47 to go. Here's a drive and a shot and score up by Swearingen. 56-42, the lead down to 14 all of a sudden. 3:25 to play. And Perkins will draw the foul. 2-shot foul coming up for Kate Perkins.
That foul will go on Swearingen. That'll be her 4th. First one good by Perkins. That's her first point this evening.
A.J. Groves will check in here as Perkins makes them both. And she'll replace McClure, whose game is likely over, with 23 points. It's 58-42. Spartans by 16 points. McDaniels over to Tiara Jackson. Works it back right side. Out front it goes to Oxley. Oxley in the lane, puts it up and in. And Scott Tweedy wants timeout. St. Albans coach calls it with 3 minutes left. Our new score, Greenbrier East 58, St. Albans 44. 3 minutes left. St. Albans has trimmed this lead from 23 down to 14. Spartans inbound. Here's Autumn Hill, brings it up the floor. Sends it across court, left wing. Bartonslogger, three, good. Abby Bartonslogger now with 6. 61-44. 2:45 to play.
Really haven't got to see much of Bartonslogger today, Jeff, because she's been in foul trouble from the opening tip.
St. Albans works it inside. Could have called a walk, didn't. Free throw or three-pointer put up by McDaniels is no good. They'll get the rebound back, feed it into McDaniels, who cuts in and scores. 61-46. It's a 15-point lead. With 2:20 to go. Ball knocked out of bounds.
McDaniel now up to 22.
Baseline, A.J. Groves puts it up and in. Groves comes in and scores immediately, 63-46.
Found her sweet spot there on the baseline, knocked down a little 10-footer.
Nearing 2 minutes left in the game. Here's Tiara Jackson out front and travel. Hill came on her defensively, and she went to the ground.
Looked like a couple girls got their feet tangled up there, and unfortunately for Tiara Jackson, she had the ball in her hand and fell.
Ball knocked out of bounds by St. Albans. And the Spartans will try it again with 1:53 to play. Inbound to Autumn Hill. Drives, dumps it over to Groves, lays it up and scores again. A.J. Groves off the bench in his fourth quarter to give these 4 points. 65-46 with 1:40 to go.
Heads up by Groves. She saw the ball coming, got opposite side of the ball. She's in a position to make a catch and a layup. Now we got a foul on East. That'll be their 10th team foul. That will go on Morgan Amos. That'll be her first. And McDaniel to the line.
Now Gabby Withrow will check in, replacing A.J. Groves.
Didn't mean to step on you there, Jeff. I was going to say McDaniel now 13 of 15 from the foul line, 23 points. She makes this, she'll move into game-high honor spots. Passing McClure, who's currently setting with 23.
Second one up, no good. Missed the second at 65-47. Inside, here's Bartonslogger, scores again on the layup down on the right block. 67-47 with 1:15 to go. Here's McDaniels, drives in again, shot no good. Rebound carried out of bounds by St. Albans. It'll be Lady Spartan basketball. .103 to play. Here's Hill up the floor. Gives it over to Perkins. Foul line for Amos. Down low. Bartonslogger scores again. She's got 10 points now.
Good catch by Bartonslogger. Pass right in her face. Able to get her hands on that and get her feet down and get the layup without turning it over.
69-47. 40 seconds to go. Steal. Lead pass. Perkins. Shot no good. Rebound. St. Albans. Here comes Swearingen. Swearingen up the floor. gives it over on the left side. Shot put up, missed by Valessa Jackson. Rebounded to Bartenslogger. Long lead pass is going to roll down to the corner. Picked up now by St. Albans. 20 seconds to go. In the corner, a 3-ball by Swearingen, no good. 10 seconds left. St. Albans with it. McDaniels has it. Fires up to 3, it's no good. Amos rebounds. Lead pass to Perkins. The ball game is over. Final score, Greenbrier 69, St. Albans 47. As the Lady Spartans improve to 2-0 on this 2017-18 high school basketball season. Back inside the Spartan Gym in Fairley, where Greenbrier East has defeated St. Albans by a final score of 69 to 47. As the Lady Spartans improve now to 2-0 on this 2018 high school basketball season. Spartans had a 21-point lead at the end of the third quarter and then outscored St. Albans 20-19 in that fourth to get that final margin of 22 points. So, Casey, final score 69 to 47. Competitive game. Really in the foul trouble early on in that game. Really, I don't know, kind of stalled the game a little bit, if you will. But the Lady Spartans really recovered from that. And I think this team has a little bit more depth than maybe what we thought.
Well, they've got a couple things. One, they've got some size. They definitely got some size. They got some big girls that can run. I mean, with their size, Taylor Dunbar can run. Nunley can run. All these girls can run. McClure can run, and they're tall and athletic. They're going to be a tough matchup and a tough out come postseason. You may do scores now, or you may wait.
You're going to wait. Haley McClure joins us here courtside, and Casey Crane's going to talk to her.
Haley, you had 23 points today, game high honors. What'd you do offensively that made it seem so easy for you at times?
That's mostly my team. Like, they're getting me the ball underneath, and I'm just finishing.
Did you get frustrated with? You got fouled a lot. You had several three-point opportunities. Does that get frustrating at all, getting hacked as much as you were?
I mean, it does, but it's just part of the game. Like, I'm going to get fouled.
You guys had some success with your press. Were you surprised, knowing how good McDaniel was as a guard? Were you guys surprised how much success you were able to and pressure you created with your press?
No. We've been working on our press for a while, and we're getting it down, so I wasn't really surprised.
Haley, great job. 23 tonight. Outstanding game.
Thank you.
All right. Kate Perkins now joins us. Kate, first question I got to ask. A lot of people are talking about the new basketballs this year. Been with Wilson for years. They go to Spalding. This is the first time actually I'm seeing the ball up close, getting to touch it. This ball feels pretty good. What do the players think of the Spalding basketballs?
Well, at first, we didn't like them at all because we'd been used to Wilson's.
Right.
But then Coach got us, I don't know, he got 20 basketballs maybe of the Spalding, and as we practiced with them, I started liking it more. So now if I'm holding a Wilson ball, I'm no, give me the Spalding because I like it better.
It feels like the Spalding has just better grip to it.
Well, I thought that the Wilson had better grip because, on the Spalding ball, you can't really feel the grooves in it.
Right.
And, when I shoot, that's what I look for, so I can, that's how I place my hands. So when I shoot, I usually look for, the grooves. But since I got used to the Spalding balls, I'm starting to feel them better.
All right. I had to ask. Casey, what else you got?
Kate, 2 points this evening. Hustled around. Things go the way you thought they would this evening?
Yeah, but I did miss that layup the very few last seconds of the game, and I'm pretty mad at myself
How do you
about
like playing at 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon?
I mean, I don't really have anything else better to do.
Well, tell Coach to start scheduling some more 4 o'clock games. We all like this, too, so we're going to watch football later tonight.
Yeah, my dad probably likes that, too.
good job. You guys are 2-0 now and don't play till next Saturday.
Yeah.
That means a lot of practice this coming week, a lot of running to get ready and stay in shape, right?
Don't remind me.
So
a lot of weight room, too.
That's true. All right, good job tonight.
Thank
and,
you.
Good luck the rest of the way, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. That is Kate Perkins. Now we're joined by the freshman here, Emma Dotson. Emma, you fouled out tonight, finished up with 2 points, but, you know, this game was real competitive and real just
chippy. It was chippy.
It was
at times.
chippy. It seemed like, you know, it wasn't dirty on the floor, but you guys were real competitive and getting after it on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I definitely made some dumb fouls in the beginning. Maybe they were a little bit too far away from the basket, but once we got our head on it, we did pretty well.
How's the transition been coming from middle school to high school?
Well, I started playing with the team in summer, so I've kind of gotten to gel with them, and I've played with them for a few years now, and it's really a smooth ride.
Got to ask you, did you get by with a foul right here in the second quarter? Because it was right in front of us, and you kind of looked up at your parents. It looked like you would probably should have got hit with a foul.
Yeah, I definitely thought I got a foul. I was really surprised that they didn't call it on me.
Well, I think they evened out, because I think one time they called you for a foul. It probably wasn't a foul, so it bounced out.
Yeah, he told me that he gave me a few to try to keep me in the game.
Good job. Now 2-0, and you're off until next Saturday.
Yep, that's right.
All right, good job. Thank you. That is Greenbrier's freshman Emma Dotson as the Spartans improve now to 2-0, 69-47 victory here tonight over the St. Albans Red Dragons. We'll step aside, come back. Casey will have a look at our final numbers when we return. Back inside the Spartan Gym in Fairleigh, where Greenbrier East has defeated St. Albans tonight by a final score of 69-47. Lady Spartans improve to 2-0 on this 2017-2018 high school basketball season. And Casey Crane's got to look at our final numbers.
Okay, scoring first for St. Albans. Jaden McDaniel with 23, Katie Swearingen with 3, Amaya Washington 1, Valessa Jackson 2, Maddie Oxley 7, Kirsten Eggleston 3, Jillian Smith 2, and Tierra Jackson 6 points. Shooting for St. Albans this evening, they were 9 of 47 overall from the field, 19%, 3 of 13 from 3, 23%, 26 of 38 from the foul line, 68%. Scoring for Greenbrier East, Abby Bartenschlager with 10, Emma Dotson 2, Autumn Hill 10, Taylor Dunbar 10, Kate Perkins 2, Haley McClure 23, AJ Groves 4, Morgan Amos 4, and Tucker Nunley 2 points. Shooting for the Spartans this evening, they were 26 of 54 overall from the field, 48%, 3 of 9, 33% from 3, and 14 of 18 from the foul line, 78%. Add it all up, Greenbrier East 69, St. Albans 47. Nice AAA win. Second game of the season, stepped up competition, went from AA to AAA, and that's a pretty good team. I mean, let's be honest, St. Albans got it. They got a nice group of girls, got some athletes, they got some size. When you got size that can move, and those two Jackson girls are athletes, McDaniel is a stud guard. Washington, not a bad player. She struggled inside with East size, but she's a good post player also. They got some nice pieces.
They certainly do, and the Red Dragons come in here, and it's always been a pretty good series with Greenbrier East and St. Albans in girls basketball. And another
one of the few teams they still do home and home with in MSAC also.
It is. That's exactly right. But the Lady Spartans win it tonight by a final score of 69-47 over St. Albans.